Hello again. Welcome back for episode 2 of my Terraria Melee playthrough. I have a few unique goals for this episode. First, since I beat the Goblin army last episode, I want to go find the Goblin Tinkerer for the rocket boots and Tinkerer's table. Second, while I'm underground, I also want to try and get the Mandible Blade. It's a semi-rare drop from antlion enemies in the underground desert, which got reworked in 1.4.5. Third, I want to kill some bosses. Probably just King Slime and Eye of Cthulhu in this episode. And finally, after all of that, I want to go to the jungle for the Blade of Grass, Thorn Chakram, and Amazon Yo-Yo. Now you may be wondering why I don't just get the jungle weapons first and then fight the bosses. The reason is quite simple. The jungle weapons are way too good! I'd rather give myself at least a bit of a challenge when fighting these bosses instead of killing them insanely fast with the jungle weapons. Also, it gives me a chance to try out the Mandible Blade properly. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get straight into it. Oh, that was easy. I was going to go into the underground desert to look for the Tinkerer and the Mandible Blade at the same time, but it seems that he's been handed to me on a silver platter. I went straight home to craft the Spectre boots, and then decided to make some houses underground for the Tinkerer and the Demolitionist. Now that that's done, I go back to the underground desert to find the Mandible Blade. And I'm not actually here for very long when it drops from this antlion. Before 1.4.5, this weapon used to be a standard true melee weapon, with maybe slightly more damage output than a gold broadsword. But now, when you stop swinging it, you can throw it to deal damage. And you can spam it too. Now it's time for me to start preparing for King Slime, so I go make the slime crown. I'm going to make a simple arena, first patching any holes in the ground, and then I'll make 2 long platforms above. By the way, while I was underground, I found a skeleton merchant and bought these roller skates, which are useful for building this arena, as you can glide at placing speed, and they're also useful for bosses, since they can go at speeds much faster than Hermes' boots. As I was building the arena, a slime rain started, which means I get a free extra attempt at King Slime. I quickly finish building it and start killing slimes. And after a long time spent killing slimes, the King Slime finally spawns. I beat it, but I still have another summon, so I decided to fight it again. Since I beat it twice, I actually got the full ninja armor set, so I decide to use that, since it gives a big boost to crit chance. The mandible blade did great against King Slime, and it should do well against the eye too. But I still want some more upgrades. I decide to use some gravitation potions that I've had in stock for a while to look for sky islands. The main things I want to get from this are the Star Fury, since it's a great early game weapon that I could use for future bosses. The shiny red balloon that I can combine with the cloud in a bottle, and the lucky horseshoe to combine with the cloud in a balloon. The first Sky Island had the Star Fury. 1 out of 3 items already. On the left side of the world now, this second one had the shiny red balloon. And there's the lucky horseshoe. Now I have everything I need. It's time for the eye. I found a lot of summons during my exploration, so I'll fight it as many times as I can in one night for cash. First one down. Now for the rest. Sped up 6 times. Now that that's done, it's time for the final goal of this video. Jungle weapons. I'm getting lazy with this, so I'm just going to speed most of this up and stop at the important parts where I get loot. Here I found the feral claws, a crucial accessory for melee, as it significantly increases melee speed, increasing overall DPS. I went back to base for a bit to drop off loot and see what weapons I could make. I made the Blade of Grass and Thorn Chakram, but didn't have the resources for the Amazon. So I did some quick reforging on my new gear and went back to the jungle. I finished getting everything I needed, so that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate it was a bit shorter than others and took longer to come out, but I've been pretty busy recently. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and sub to help support me, and so you'll see when I post again. See you next time. Godspeed.